Welcome back to Noseball. Today we're gonna keep doing our kind of NBA game type of thing we've done. We've done a bunch of daily games, but today we're switching it up. I got this idea from Six Rings of Steel. We're gonna do NBA Jeopardy. We got two different games, and I did not make this as it is a random website. I scrolled until I picked categories that seemed challenging enough. I don't know answers. I don't know the questions or anything like that. If you don't know how Jeopardy is played, then I don't know what to tell you. It's one of the most popular game shows ever. So that's what we're gonna do. So we got NBA Jeopardy. I literally, if you guys want to play this, I literally just looked up NBA Jeopardy. There are so many different kinds of ones. I'm doing one called Nike Camp 2025 Grace. I've never used this website before, but we're just gonna do one team, and we're going to start. So the categories for this is NBA All Star, NBA Draft, historic moments, NBA Championship, and stats. I noticed that it's 1 through 500 instead of, isn't it like 200, 400, 600 typically? Whatever. It's fine. But what is a good score to go for? I want to get at least 1,500 to 2,000, right? We shouldn't get many, if any, of these wrong. Um, so let's go 2,000. We're going to aim for 2,000 for this one. So let's just start NBA All Star. What month is the NBA All Star game usually played in? Well, hopefully these will not be this easy because this is February. How do you? Yeah, February. So boom, we got 100 points. Yeah, let's NBA draft. Which team drafted Kobe Bryant in 1996 before trading him to the Lakers? This is none other than the Charlotte Hornets. Um, 200 on the board. Okay, so yeah, we shouldn't get any of these wrong. Who scored 81 points in a single game, the second highest in NBA history? That is Kobe Bryant. Hopefully these get harder, or the second game I picked is a little bit harder, but NBA championship. Which players won the most NBA championships? That is Bill Russell, of course. So we add that. I just want to get all these easy ones out the way. What does the stat PER stand for? Oh my god, I actually don't know. Player player and hands uh personal some I actually don't know. I don't know what it's for. Player efficiency rating. I feel like I might have known that, but okay, we lose 100 points. That's fine. Stats seems like a very hard category, so let's keep going with it. Who was the first player in NBA history to average a triple double? See, how is PER the easiest, but then you like this is harder? It is, of course, Oscar Robertson. Um, again, hopefully these are all accurate, but who led the NBA in scoring during the 22-23 season? Well, I believe if I'm doing my history right, obviously this year's MVP was Shea, last year's was Jokic, which means the year before that was Joel Embiid. And I believe in that time frame, it was Joel Embiid as well, leading the league in points per game. It is. Okay. So let's add 300 to our score. Let's go. Clay Thompson holds the record, for the most points in a quarter. How many points did he score? This is another one that I don't know how this is harder than the player efficiency rating. I believe it was 37 though. It is 37, which is insane when you think about it. The stats are 500. The NBA introduced wow, what a question. The NBA introduced the 3-point line in what year? I believe it was the end of the 70s. Something was also pointing me towards like 1974, but I think it was 1978 or 1979. I don't think it was anything earlier, so I'm going to go with 79. So no, that actually is not what I was talking. I was talking about the 1979 season. That is the 1980 season. So that is not correct then. Um was it really? When was the NBA three-point line introduced? 19, yeah, wow. Okay. All right. Um minus 500. That hurts, but hey. Um I feel like historic moment should be pretty easy. So let's go. What year did LeBron James deliver on his promise and bring back a championship to Cleveland? 2016. 2015, 2016 is the year that they did the 3-1 comeback and all everything like that. What year did the NBA and ABA merge? So I want to say it actually was a similar time to the 3-point line thing because Julius Irving, one of, if not the greatest ABA player ever, won his first ring in 1981, I think, or 1983. I so I think it was just before that. Again, I think around 1970. I think it was in the 70s again. I'm going to say the NBA merged in 1976. Oh, wow, what a guess. When I tell you I did not know that, I just used like I just thought about it and I was like, you know what? I think it was probably a little bit before then. Wow. Okay, so I actually got that right. I'm very surprised. Historic moments are 400. Which team won the very first NBA championship in 1947? Then called the BAA Finals. I actually don't know what BAA stands for. I know the ABA stood for the American Basketball Association, but I don't know what the BAA stand for. I believe the first one was the Hawks. I think it was at the time the St. Louis Hawks. But then again, I think it was the Hawks. No, it was the Warriors. Now that I see it, that I actually remember that. Okay, so we lost some points on that. Let's come on. This 500 would be huge. In 2004, which underdog team stunned the heavily favored Lakers in the NBA Finals, winning in 5 games? Was that 2004? The Lakers didn't win in 2004, did they? I thought they won in 2000, 2001, 2002. Because I think the 04 is the Pistons. No. Okay. I thought it was talking about the Allen Iverson game where the Sixers had the whatever year that LA team was and beat them to make them be 16-1 in the finals instead of 16-0. This is literally just the Detroit Pistons. Yes, okay. I almost didn't understand that question, but I'm glad I picked up on it, even though I was pretty much explaining what happened there. But let's get NBA draft. This might be hard for me. Which team had back-to-back number one overall picks in 2013, 2014? That was the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Anthony Bennett 2013, Andrew Wiggins 2014. Again, Wiggins got traded obviously for Kevin Love, but that is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Um, NBA draft for 300. Which team drafted Dirk Nowitzki before trading him to Dallas in 1998? See, a lot of people don't know these things, like that Dirk was not drafted by the Mavericks, that Bill Russell was not drafted by the Celtics. Things like the Kobe one, the Kawhi Leonard thing, like those are obvious, but a lot of people don't know those things. And I believe the team was actually the Milwaukee Bucks. Um, yes, it is. 1800, okay. In what year did the NBA introduce the draft lottery? The draft lottery system. I think it was like I think it was in like the 80s. I think it was like 88 or something maybe. 85. Okay. I was close. what draft is that? That like Brad Darty and stuff. I think John Stockton draft maybe. I don't know. What year did the first NBA draft take place? Oh my God. What year did the first NBA draft take place? 1958. 1950. Okay. Those were two pretty hard questions to end that category off. Let's go NBA All Star for 200. Which player has the most NBA All Star game appearances? Well, I pray that this is one that was up to date because I don't think there's any other question other than Mr. LeBron James. And there's not. We are back over 1,000 points. Who won the All Star Game MVP award in 2020, the year it was renamed in honor of Kobe? I think, was it Kawhi or was it just, was the answer just LeBron? Because I remember it was a very good All Star game, and I know Team LeBron ended up winning. I'm stuck between LeBron and Kawhi because I think Kawhi did get one, but I don't know if it was that year. I'm just gonna say LeBron. It was Kawhi. I see. I told you. I knew. All right, 50-50, and I lost that one. Um, which two All Star captains picked teams in the first ever All Star draft format in 2018? It was LeBron and it was either Curry or Durant. I think it was Curry. Oh, see, but like, see, I couldn't. Although, yeah, I think it's LeBron. I think it's just LeBron and Curry. It is. Whew. Because LeBron and Durant had a little run there where they had it like 2-3 years in a row. So, the record for the most 3-pointers made in a single round of the NBA All Star 3-point contest is, I think honestly, it's just Stephen Curry. I think at one point it was Devin Booker, or is it Clay? I'm just going Curry. Ooh, no, I think it's Devin Booker is the sneaky answer. I vaguely remember Booker having a crazy one. I'm going Curry. Oh, the record, not who had it. All right, I wasn't gonna get that. Okay. Um, okay. Wow, we were only at 700. I wanted to get to 2,000, 1,500 or 2,000. Yikes! NBA. Okay, what two teams have the most NBA championships? The Celtics and the Lakers. I mean, it's the Celtics have the most, so it's not tied, but um, they are, I guess, the teams with the two most. Then, which franchise won its first ever ring in 2019? That was the Toronto Raptors. Um, NBA Championship 400. What year did the Golden State Warriors win their first championship with Steph Curry? This is 2015. This was the year before the LeBron thing, so 2015. Come on, and then we got to get this last one right to get over 2,000. What trophy is awarded to the team that wins the NBA Finals? The Larry O'Brien. Yeah. Perfect. So we got to 2,100. All right, 2,100. Now, we played one game. Now we got to see if we can get to this. We can do this one. NBA Jeopardy straight up. Again, just one team. Let's start. So the things here, hopefully there's not some duplicates, but we got stats, accolades, teams, players, and history. I'm going for the same goal of 2,000 points. We want to, actually, I want to go for better than what we just got. So we got to go better than 2,100. We're going to do what we did first. We're going to go throughout the top row, and then we're going to pick. So, which basketball players retired from the NBA with the highest career scoring? Wait, basketball players? Career scoring point per game average. I believe it's Wilt and Jordan. Now, if they're asking for one over the other, I think it's just Wilt, but it's Wilt and Jordan. They're the only ones with 30. Okay, I don't know what I said. Did I say? I think I said Wilt, so I'll go minus 100, I guess. Accolades. Which NBA player holds the record for the most seasons leading the league in steals? Well, you got to just think Stockton, right? Stockton is the all-time leading steals getter, I think by a very wide margin. Um, Steals is a thing that it's not like blocks, it's not like rebounds or someone averages it for 8 years in a row. Like it's a thing that switches very often, especially nowadays. But I'm gonna just go Stockton. It's Chris Paul. Okay. All right, we're starting off minus 200. Okay. The first and only team based outside of the U.S. to win an NBA title or reach the NBA Finals, the Toronto Raptors. Um, those first two questions are harder than that, but this player had the most 3-point field goals during one series of the finals. Uh, I mean, you just want to say it's got to be a Curry, right? Because I don't know. This is a guess, but we're gonna make it an educated guess. I'm just going Curry. Okay, yeah. It feels like almost anything 3-point related, you could just throw his name at it. But which player won the slam dunk contest with a free throw line dunk in Michael Jordan? Or sorry, who is Michael Jordan? All right, let's go with. I feel like these were the ones we struggled with the most. So let's do these. Who was the first player in the NBA to hit an elusive triple double season? Is that just the averaging? Because that's Oscar Robertson. We just did that. Okay. Again, sorry if some of these repeat. I didn't look at the questions. I just hit it. The first NBA athlete to win both the MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season. You gotta think Will, right? Like, I think Will did it. I just was looking at, well, not just, a few weeks ago, I was looking at, like, some of these all-time greats. And, like, I think Oscar Robertson was second in his rookie year, but I just think it was Wilt. It is, okay. Um, what NBA team has made the most franchise finals appearances without winning a ring? Oh wow! So we got a hater question here. So all right. So let's just think the teams that have been in the finals. Oh, but they can't. They couldn't have won one. I thought it was the most without the most losses, but they haven't won any. Okay, so Phoenix comes to mind immediately because they've been at least twice with right Chris Paul, and then I know Barkley did it. I think also about Utah because Stockton Malone I think also did it twice. I think Brooklyn also did it twice. Or New Jersey at the time with like Jason Kidd and stuff. Who who else? Who did the so like the past so like Celtics Mavericks both won. Pacers Thunder Pacers this is their first time there. It was the year before Denver Miami they both have won before. Celtics Warriors again both have won. Bucks Suns again Suns makes sense but I'm getting a bunch of teams with two. But I feel like I want to lean towards the Suns. Lakers, Heat again, both at one. Raptors, Warriors, Warriors, Cavs, Warriors, Warriors, Warriors. Then we got Spurs and who? Oh, Spurs and Heat. I think it's the. I'm going Suns. It is okay. Let's go. We really did that. How many times? How many times have the Phoenix oops been to the NBA Finals? 3. 1970. Okay, I didn't know the 76 one. 93. Okay. The NBA. Okay, yeah, we did that. I think we added our points. Current NBA player with the highest 3-point field goal percentage. Current NBA player. I mean, right, Curry. Oh, no, it was. I think Grayson Allen was the year before. I assume they were talking about for this season. If they're talking about for this season, I feel like Sam Hauser was pretty. I'm gonna go Curry, I guess. Luke Kennard. All right. Let's go again. Do these. Which NBA player holds the record Um, oh, I just realized you guys haven't been able to see this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why that this didn't work? Hold on. Uh, that's so annoying. I'm sorry that you guys haven't been able to see. I just haven't looked back at my thing. Damn. Okay. All right. Window. All right. Sorry. And now it's about to be super tiny like this. Are you kidding me? Okay. All right. I apologize because this isn't something I'm gonna be able to fix right now. So that we're just gonna have to deal with it, kind of being like this. Um. Damn. That sucks. Which NBA player holds the record for the most points scored in a single playoff game? Um, I hold on. Let me think. What NBA player holds the record for the most? I think it's Elgin Baylor or Michael Jordan. I think it's Michael Jordan. Okay, yeah. Okay. Um, that's stupid. That wasn't working. All right. Let me. Here now we can sort of fix this. There. It's sort of better. Um. All right. We're done. I'm sorry doing that. All right. The accolades for 300. Who was the first foreign-born player to win the NBA MVP? Hakeem. Yep, up to 1,000 points. Which NBA player holds the record for the most turnovers in a single game? Oh my god, I think it's like Kevin Johnson or some weird guy like that. Let's go. Sure, Kevin Johnson. It's Jason Kidd. All right, that was a hard question too. Let's get this one though to get back on the trap. Who is the all-time leader in free throws made? In free throws made? I feel like Karl Malone's near the top of the list. I also feel like Wilt's near the, or not Wilt. I'm sorry, Kareem. But those guys, like, I feel like they're not great free throw shooters. Damn, this is such a hard question. Kareem. Carl, I just said his name and I've not been on fire with the 50-50s recently. Now we're back to 100 points. The only active franchise with multiple finals appearances with no losses. Uh, Active franchise? What does that even mean? Active franchise? Isn't every NBA franchise active? Are they just talking about teams that haven't like disbanded or anything? Disbanded, whatever the word is. The not the Spurs. The Spurs have lost. The Heat have lost. The Celtics have lost. The Nuggets have only been once. Well, finals appearance, so they have more than one ring. Is what that means. I don't know why this is throwing me for such a loop. The Bucks only have one. The Suns lost. The Thunder only have. Is it the? Nope. The Thunder have lost. The Spurs have lost. The Warriors have lost. The Cavs have lost. The Lakers have lost. The Celtics again lost. Who are they talking about? Is it the Pistons? I feel like it actually might be the Pistons. The Bulls? Oh, duh. Wow, we're really in the negatives, bro. The negatives? Come on. We need to lock in. Um, what NBA team? Okay, how is that? All right, Celtics. Whatever, bro. 400. What NBA team has made the most appearances in the final? I think it's the Lakers because the Lakers have lost more times than the Celtics have lost. Yeah. Um, in 95, the 6th seed was the lowest seed team in NBA history to win a championship. That is Hakeem Olajuwon and the Houston Rockets. Perfect. 1,100 points. We're picking it back up. This player has the most turnovers in the finals. But it didn't say per game. I actually think it was Jason Tatum. Oh no, it was LeBron. Okay. Um, I think it was talking cumulative, but which players managed to win the NBA Finals MVP award even though they were on the Jerry West? See, like how everybody knows this, bro. All right. Which player has the most career blocks in the finals? Who's a guy? I mean, it's LeBron. I'm going LeBron. Kareem. That makes complete sense. Oops. That was supposed to be negative. Um, in one series, who had the most steals? In one series, who had the most steals? You're not gonna give me any context behind that. You're just gonna say in a random series. Um, I mean, okay, I guess. What a horribly asked question. In I mean, in one series, who had the most? John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas. What the? These are some horrible questions, bro. All right. Which player attempted a record number of 39 free throws? And I think that's Shaq. And I think he missed like 25 of them or something. Yeah. Um, Out of the following NBA players, which one did not win Rookie of the Year award? Larry Bird, Patrick Ewing, Magic Johnson, or David Robinson? Well, if you know NBA history, you know this is only a 50-50 answer because Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were rookies in the same year. But the thing is, right, even though Magic Johnson's got the crazy rookie performance in the finals, I believe Larry Bird actually won Finals MVP. Or not Finals MVP, Rookie of the Year. And I'm wrong. Who is the tallest player in NBA history? Manute Bol, George Merson, Taco Fall, whoever you say, the dude's 7'7". So one of those people is right because they're people tie, people move heights. It's one of those guys. George, yeah, there. I'm counting it. And then our last question. We are not beating our score from last time, but who is the only player to win NBA MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year? Is it Jerry West? No, Jerry Weston was never. Is it Magic? Is it? I feel like I'm forgetting. Because Jerry West was never a coach, right? I'm Magic Larry Bird. Well, I had technical difficulties, which again, I'm sorry about. Maybe I should have just cut this part out, but we got only 100 points. So we did way better on the first one, but these questions for this one are all over the place. Like the hardest question would be in the 200 section, then they would something easy in the 400 section over here. So, um, again, I am sorry for the technical difficulties and the first like 5 questions were frozen for this second game. But if you like this NBA Jeopardy thing, I'll try and find one that's better. Without again, it's hard because I don't want to look at the questions. Um, but yeah, I'll try and find some that are better next time. But thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to my gaming channel and all my socials, which will be down below. We post clips and stuff over there. Um, Make sure you like, comment, also subscribe, and that's all. Thank you.